Remember the 400. I was a Christian missionary for years, but there came a time in my life when I realized that what I was taught about the Bible was a lie. In my confusion, I cried out, remember the 400. I was a Christian missionary for years, but there came a time in my life when I realized that what I was taught about the Bible was a lie. In my confusion, I cried out for help. I met an Israelite who introduced me to the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, who is described in the Bible as having hair white as wool and eyes red as fire. Yes, the God in the Bible is black. I cried out for help. I met an Israelite who introduced me to the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, who is described in the Bible as having hair white as wool and eyes red as fire. Yes, the God in the Bible is black. I'm grateful to witness the end of a 400-year period of slavery, foretold in the Bible of God's people, the Israelites in this new Egypt. The God in the Bible is black. The God in the Bible is black.
The God in the Bible is black.
Alright, so this video is about black people and how they're actually superior, not just physically and all this and genetically and all that stuff, but actually they're the chosen people. Not all black people, but a lot of them, and even I could say, I don't know if I could say most of them, but many of them. Specifically the people that are living in America, and specifically the people who have been sent all over the earth on slave ships. Those people are superior, even in the Most High's eyes himself, because those people are the Israelites. And there's a scripture that says, not only it says if you bless them, you'll be blessed, but there's also one that says you have to cling to them or you can't even be saved. So for one, that means acknowledging who they are, obviously. And for two, it means reading even their own scriptures, because these scriptures are not for everyone. They're for them, and if you want to follow after their God, he's not all people are his people. You see how that works? Scriptures are not for everyone. They're for them, and if you want to follow after their God, he's not all people are his people. You see how that works? Those people are the Israelites. And there's a scripture that says, not only it says if you bless them, you'll be blessed, but there's also one that says you have to cling to them or you can't even be saved. So for one, that means acknowledging who they are, obviously. And for two, it means reading even their own scriptures, because these scriptures are not for everyone. They're for them, and if you want to follow after their God, he's not all people are his people. You see how that works?
Shalom, shalom, Yasharal. All praises and glory goes to our mighty power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Akakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations unto the elect men feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. In sincerity and truth with his great gospel coming out of our Bible. And these words are for the Israelites, right? Only the Israelites are going to awaken to this truth, right? The scriptures tell us that what the Lord say. This is the book of John 4, verse 22. It says, ye worship, ye know not what we know. What we worship for salvation is of the Jews, of the Israelites, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And who are those people today? The people who went into slavery throughout the four corners of the earth on the cargo slave ships. The people who was in the Americas when Columbus came to take them down, right? These are the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, according to the scriptures. And it says, but the hour cometh, and now is when what the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. I'm going to read it again, right? It says, ye worship, you know not what, right? You got these fake Christians, so-called white man, right? He don't push this Christianity around the earth, and it's a bunch of real Gentiles and real heathens who thinking that the Lord is coming for them also. For God so much loved the whole world, he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever, right? That whosoever, he's talking about everybody on earth. He was talking to Israelites, right? That's why it says for salvation of the Jews. I'm reading, ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship for salvation is of the Jews, but the hour cometh and now is when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. The Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. One thing, they don't worship the Lord in spirit and in truth, because once you start bringing out truth, the spirit is the words. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it, right? Because this is not for a heathen or a Gentile. This is for Israelites. And the world is awakening to who the true worshipers are, right? Also, the world is waking up to the true name, right? They're hearing about Yahweh. They're hearing about Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They're hearing about the true description of the Lord, right? So the religion of the white supremacy that has been pushed in the United States is about to vanish away. That's why so many people are leaving the Christian churches. Because what's being found in the Christian church is a lot of pagan worshiping, devil worshiping, pedophilia, homosexuality, right? It's a house of madness. That's clearly what it has become. Really, that's what it always was. That's what it always was. Isaiah 30 and 20, it says, "And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers," right? And the Lord set up prophets, like the men before, the elders and apostles, and now the elders and apostles doing the work, and the men under, right? And other men who believe in this gospel are pushing this truth, right? And the teachers are out here, right? It's not just on the internet. You drive down any street in America, you're liable to see what prophets on the highways preaching, what pushing the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, talking about the end of America and the collapse of this kingdom. And I'm going to read verse 21, "And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it. When you turn to the right hand, and when you turn to the left," right? What is the way? The way of the Lord, the way of Yahushua, this truth, right? Ain't no other way. So that way that you was walking before, that Christian bullshit you grew up with in the churches, right? Singing them dumbass songs, right? Passing that plate around, watching one motherfucker get rich. Them days is about to be in the history books, right? The Lord is about to set up true order. And people are going to be seeking the true way, right? People going to be leaving them churches, and they're going to be looking for the righteous way. They're going to be looking for the Lord. And the only way through the Lord is through his men, right? It says Isaiah 2 and 1, "The word that Isaiah, son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top." And Salaki, the way through the Lord is through Yahushai. And Yahushai set up prophets to preach this gospel, to guide you to the Lord, right? It says, "The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above all hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, Come, ye, and let us go up to the mountains of the Lord, the house of the Most High of Jacob. And he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem." Yeah, that's how the earth is going to be controlled, to what the laws of the Lord in this gospel, man, right? The ways of Edom is going to be a thing of the past, right? Because the way Esau governs is through what? Violence, through the sword, right? Through the edge of the sword, through deception, right? The Lord is coming to set up a righteous kingdom. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus 10 and 4 reads, "The power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable." I'm going to read that again. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. It's the Lord who sets up these rulers. It's the Lord who sets up these kings, these different monarchs, right? These different democracies and republicans and CCPs, right? Communist parties, right? Militia groups, right? Terrorist groups. It don't matter what it is. Gangs, right? Mobs. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. The Lord controls all these things. And right now, who's the main chief leader of the earth? You got the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, starting with the banker families, right? And how is the earth being ruled? How is the earth being ran underneath their hands? Right? It says the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The people of the earth are not happy. The people of the earth are mourning. So the Lord is going to send somebody who's going to be profitable to who? The Israelites, because really it's going to begin with the Israelites. The nations are going into 1,000 years of slavery. So the Yahushua is, plus even with that, it's going to be profitable for them. Because it's going to be better than how they were living. They're going to be under us. Yeah. Ecclesiasticus 10:4 says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Yahushua. Yahushua is going to rule over these other nations. That's why he's coming to take their crowns.